Hi, this is Lakhi Singh, the property fixer, here to fix you and help you grow your property and your business affairs to the next level. So if you're looking for knowledge and insights about how to get involved in property, solve your problems about scalability in your property business, then do watch our 20-minute clips. We've taken them from hundreds and, thousands of videos that we've taken over the last 6 months, and we've broken them into simple chunks which can make them useful for you. So do watch and do subscribe to our YouTube channel underneath as well.
Good morning, United Kingdom. Good morning, everybody, to the live drive time session with Lakhi Singh, the property fixer, from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We have today, hopefully, I think he is still flying in by private jet, Neuro Singh Johal, who's just coming back from a live stage show in Los Angeles, I think. We have Lakhi Singh, who also is coming back from some show in Berkeley Square. So he's had a live, I think there's a live Berkeley Square for, is he here? No, he's not here. He turned up, right, okay. So he's I think he was performing on X Factor in Berkeley Square, Lakhi Singh, and apparently Simon Powell told him maybe not singing Lakhi Singh this year. Anyhow, Lakhi Singh, good morning. The property fixer, how are you doing?
Good morning, how are we doing?
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing well. So what's the weather like in United Kingdom, Lakhi Singh?
The weather's not too bad today. It's quite, looks like quite sunny in the morning, not raining, which is nice.
That's good. So you can scratch deep in this weather, I bet you. Yeah?
Yeah, I love scratching deep.
Is that right? Scratching deep, yes. So we've got a guest today, our famous VVIP, Mr. Neuro Singh Johal, who's, I think, flying in by private jet this morning from his bedroom. So hopefully, if he gets in on time, we'll get him into the studio and we will have him on the drive time. For now, the saying of the week is very difficult to change those people who don't know how to change their mindset, or something like that. And a question regarding bridging finance, Lakhi, and that is, can bridge finance save my personal property from LPA receivers? Now that's a bit of a catch-22 question, because I know you know a bit more about LPA receivers and what they can and cannot do. So we'll ask you later to explain why LPA receivers really can't do anything to a residential property, and nobody thinks who they can is misguided. Anyhow, so mindsets. So you can't really do anything for anybody who's not willing to change their mental position, Lakhi. What do you say to that? What's your taking on it? Have you changed your mental set in the past 10, 15 years? Or are you still the same person you were 10, 15, 20 years ago? Are you now a new person where it comes to picking up on your weaknesses, on your strengths? What is it? Are you somebody who is able to change your mind? Or are you those type of persons who can't change their mind, and therefore it's impossible to change you? And if, as you said yesterday, the gut is everything, because a good gut is a good mind, is a good body. So is it important that we know whether we can change your mind or your gut? And what is it that's in your gut now that we don't know about that's going to change your mind? Or have you got everything that was in your gut yesterday still in your gut now? Yes, Lakhi, your comments.
Yeah, I think it's not an easy thing to be changing your mind, because mind is something that a lot of people don't think that they can change. They just think the mind is as it is. So they may not realize the type of influences the mind can have to be able to adjust to change. So majority of people can't necessarily change their thinking, their mind, because their mind is what it is. So the only way you can change your mind is by constantly, continuously wanting to push your mind to the next level. And if you've got that impetus, then some of the most successful people in the world is because they're successful because they've been able to change their mindset, and then everything else has flowed from there. So I would say it's possible. So your success is determined by your mindset. And with certain people, they already may have a very good mind. They don't need to change their mind or improve it. So they just need to do the basics. But if you want to optimize your mind and improve it, then you've got to work at it. So, for example, as an example, I try to push myself every day in every way. And one of the things I tend to do is I watch a lot of quiz type programs, just to sort of test my memory and ability to remember things. So the more you push your neurology, the more links you create, the more able you are to then remember facts. The other thing, like you said, is you need to keep your energy at a certain level to be attracting the right type of things in your life. So if you're always downbeat, negative, and everything's a problem, the reality is that nothing's ever going to be working for you, that you're always going to find problems. So there's one person there's a few people I talk to, and they say, oh, I need to be making money. I need to be making money. Help me, give me some money, or, can we do a deal? So I said, look, before we even start, you're already working on the wrong premise. You need to be thinking on a more of an abundant mindset. You can't be thinking, I need money, because then you're already thinking in scarcity. So you've got to be thinking in abundance. And if you're not, you're already setting yourself up to fail.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So that's my 2 pennies worth. I'm not an expert because, but I might change my mind in a minute.
Okay. So how do you relate that to your gut then? Are you changing what's in your gut first? Have you got an understanding of what's in your gut? Can you tell us what's in your gut now?
I think if you can change your gut to optimize it, then what happens is that you know really your vibration. So if you're eating a lot of fatty foods, you're eating lots of processed foods, eating a lot of greasy food, and if that's in my gut now, I'd probably be asleep by now. Wouldn't be able to wake up because my body would be far too tired to be able to even wake up in the morning on time. I'd probably want to sleep quite a lot. So a lot of Asian food like paranthas and samosas and pakoras and a lot of food like this. It contains a lot of
fatty foods, which is really bad for diabetes and other illnesses, blood pressure, cholesterol. So just have to be very careful, not only from a health point of view, but also from a clarity of mind point of view. So I'm just wondering, how do you actually connect with God or meditate if you haven't really got a clear mind? Your conscious, your brain is working on a negative thought pattern on a quite a low frequency. So the only way I think you can improve your frequency, your level of thinking, is when your energy is quite high, because we're all we have like a, let's just say, a pull, and you can actually manifest a lot of things in your life by just simply improving your energy levels.
Okay, so the energy levels can be improved, and again, by changing the diet, and then the diet affects the mind, and the mind affects the body. Is that the way you've got it worked out?
Also to prove this point, I had a long chat with a lady called Deborah Sophia Magdalene yesterday from Burnley, who's an expert in frequencies, and she's got a type of scanner that scans really your level of vibration, and she can scan that in relation to any of your key functions, your eyes, your heart, your lungs, your liver, your colon. So you can work out really whether they are working at the optimum level. So whether she would do a diet plan for you, or whether she would actually use her machine to help you improve her vibrations, are the type of things that I had a quite a detailed discussion with her about. Hence, I think you know, anybody who actually wants to improve their vibration and improve their health and their well-being will then be able to be more effective in their decision making, and they're not really going to get caught up with anything that's a low vibration, such as all the overspill of emotion over COVID-19. It's going to literally make them feel vulnerable, make them feel like they're problems. But the reality is that.
So what you're saying is we are but vibrators, different sizes, obviously.
You can call it what you like, but the vibrational energy, the energy that you vibrate at, the level of energy that you vibrate at, is critical to your well-being. Then business and making money and success in that field is somewhat secondary. But if you're already in a very good mental state of mind, in a very healthy state of mind, your business is going to be very healthy, and your whatever employment you're seeking, or your specialism that you have, or the consultants you have, are all going to be potentially optimized, because you'll be the right person for that job, because you're going to be bringing a lot more energy, enthusiasm, passion, as well as out of the box thinking. All of these things are going to be more prevalent in your nature. Yeah.
Excellent. So basically, you're best if you're a vibrator. That's what you're basically saying.
That's right. I think you're going to be a good vibrator that will bring you bring you ultimate success.
Joy.
Vibrational energy.
Bring you joy.
A lot of people don't really know what that means. Their mind may be somewhere else, but the reality is that it's comes down to feeling. The feeling of wellness is very important.
Okay, so you got Sajid Patel, Amar Ali, Meena, Smith, say Marilyn, I think. Is it Williams? And we've got a new person, a Carol as well. who says good morning and hi to everybody this morning. Yeah, so we
Morning,
are
everybody.
vibrators. Morning, yes. So, Lakhi Singh, your input is that you are a vibrator, a 6'4" vibrator, and it depends on where someone uses you that you will have your optimum. That's what you're basically saying. Is that right?
I think vibrator might mean something else to the audience. So I think it's probably better to keep it a family show rather than use the wrong language. So can I correct you there,
I know
Vijay?
if you're okay, so I know what I mean to say is,
can you try not to try and bring the conversation down to the gutter, because it's a family show.
Talking of your gut.
So can you refrain from doing that, please?
Yeah, but you said you have to vibrate.
You like getting told off because you're a bit of a naughty boy, yeah?
Literally, I'm taking your literal. Yeah,
I think you like to get told off for being a naughty boy. So can you refrain from actually doing that again?
Okay. So, well, what I meant to say is,
I don't want to repeat myself again. So can you refrain from doing that, please?
Yes. So every part of your body is a vibrator. I think that's the way to put it. Yes. And as long as every
I'm going to
part
have
of your
to leave the show if you're going to continue. I think let's try and keep it professional. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So every part of your body vibrate. That's probably the accurate way of trying to interpret what you said. Every part of your body vibrates, and because it vibrates, it gives you good health. And talking about the gut, if your gut is vibrating, it ensures that you're mentally sound as well. That's what you're saying, yes?
Yeah.
Talking about mindsets. So what is it in the gut that's going to change your mindset about doing things that you're naturally always leaving off the table, or not too good at, or somewhat afraid to do? How do you change that mindset?
Well, if you've got good health and you've got a good mind, you're feeling in your element, then there's nothing stopping you from doing anything really. But I think it's important that you do the basics first. But if they're not being done, you'll find that everything seems to, a lot of things will feel like they're problems that are not really there. And I think it's simple as that.
Okay. My question to you is, again, feeling healthy, feeling well, perfectly agree with that. But are there things that you do then, Lakhi Singh, that you weren't doing before then? For example, could be taking the dog out for a walk that you weren't doing before because your mental condition was reflected by your gut, and your gut having heavy foods in it, like you said, Asian foods, was affecting your ability to do things that you should have been doing, but you hadn't been doing. That's the question.
Well, what happens is once you start down the line of taking the easy path of not doing things, so I'd certainly be doing a lot more, maybe sleeping, probably leaving house chores, not really getting them done, probably not really organizing my week quite in the same way. Probably my communication probably wouldn't be as good. Somebody rings me, I'm sort of forget, because I get a lot of phone calls, may not feel like the energy to actually be picking up the phone 24/7, which I normally do. So I think whilst your energy changes, or you feel better, you have the more of the enthusiasm, have more ability to want to be doing things, because a lot of the practicality actually becomes simpler in doing things. It doesn't seem as a chore or a task, or something that you're going to make it a problem in your head. So certainly, if I wasn't taking the dog for a walk, I am actually now taking the dog for a walk.
Okay. And right, so the question is, we've got a technical question, and that is, does bridging help if I'm going to try and save myself from the LPA receivers on my residential property? Does that make sense? Is that a correct statement? Can you save yourself from an LPA receiver?
Well, first of all, that's a contradiction in terms, because